Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tech Talk. I am your host, Jeff Hootselle with AuditBacks. Hey, as you know, Tech Talk is a conversation show. We talk to leaders in the world of technology. We get their takes on current events and new technologies that are happening in the marketplace, and just get their perspective on things that are happening in anything in the world of tech. But we've always got really interesting people joining us in the show, and today we got a special one. We've got Eric Sanders coming to us on remote in the field from Atlanta, Georgia. Eric is with eCloud Managed Solutions. So Eric, hey, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
Listen, I like the backdrop. I can see you got like the giant Tonka trucks in the background. It's bringing me back to as a kid on the road here. So good to see you this morning.
You too. Yeah, we're here at the Telecom Museum, broadcasting you live, talking about IoT and how we can help kids up here with technology and where there potentially is a career for them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Eric, so we've obviously known each other for years and years. And eCloud, I want you to talk a little about the beginning about the company. I mean, you've been in technology space for a long time. You've led large teams. You've worked in a lot of different areas of technology. What really drove you to starting up the new business and starting up eCloud?
Yeah, I appreciate it, Jeff. We really wanted to help customers from a vendor agnostic standpoint to really understand what applications, workloads, IT functions are best suited for the public cloud, how to take advantage of it, really how to compare those cloud providers against each other in a way that allows the customer to be on the seat of negotiations instead of what we call management by magazine. AWS is a leader. Why go AWS over Azure? Where does Google fit in from an analytics standpoint? I mean, that was really the driving force in really helping that client with that cloud journey and understand where they need to start, where's the best launching point to be able to help them with this whole cloud journey that most customers are a little uneducated on where to begin.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I think right now, like I said, there's never been a bigger time for cloud, right? I mean, with everything that's going on with COVID, and really even before that, there was this big shift to move that way. And I think a lot of companies, they know they need to move that infrastructure there. That it hasn't really happened yet. I think for a lot of the reasons you talked about it, they just don't know where to get started, or they don't know how to compare one versus the other. You see kind of these cloud wars now between AWS and Google and Azure. I mean, what kind of guidance do you give customers? How do you take them through that journey?
Yeah, I think the first thing, it's all about people, process, and the technology, right? Where are you at today? What's the health of your current environment? Are there new technologies that you're trying to take advantage of that you really don't know how? I mean, these cloud platforms are some of the most innovative platforms ever, right? You can't duplicate this in your own environment where you have IoT services and database services, CDN services. There's so much that these innovation that's going on. But baseline in your environment, what are the things you're trying to do from an IT roadmap? And then start feathering in and really figuring out where that cloud platform really fits in for you. And which workloads, the scalability, the flexibility, with what we're going through now, being able to work from home and remote in and be able to get to these applications. Those are all things that are really important to people, to achieve their business outcomes that they're all, sought after to try to achieve.
Yeah. Yeah. I know for a lot of folks, it's just an intimidation factor getting started. And I know I'd love to hear from you. There's some common misconceptions that people have, about moving to the cloud. I mean, what are those from your perspective, and how do you guys address that piece of it?
Yeah, I think the big misconception is it's going to be cheaper, and it's not. The one thing we really warn against is somebody going out there and trying to figure out the cost calculator without really having a lot of experience architecting in the cloud. That's one of the things that we see that is one of the common mistakes that we see. Understanding that it's going to be cheaper, not always. Having that flexibility and scalability, absolutely, that's the big advantage. Being able to take advantage of that innovation, the funding programs that are available. There's a lot of money available to clients to help offset their costs and move to the cloud that they're typically not aware of. And honestly, the hyperscalers don't do a good job of really putting that out there and what type of programs are available to incent people on moving to the cloud. So those are some of the things that we want to talk about. Cloud readiness assessments, they're not all created equal. If they're free, beware, and just make sure you really understand what you're getting and making sure that cloud readiness assessment really gives you a plan of a migration and build out moving forward and not just understanding what applications we're talking to which.
Yeah, and you're not talking about small dollars here. I mean, when you talk about making a large shift of that infrastructure and your data up to the cloud, I mean, I know you take customers through this cost comparison and cost assessment. I mean, give me some context to that. I mean, what kind of dollar figures are you talking about? The customers could possibly be missing out on here, or overspending on.
Yeah, as you know, Jeff, with some of the projects we worked on, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, even approaching $1 million. So depending on what your spend would be, we're looking at up to 30% of whatever your annual cost would be in that cloud provider could be provided to offset your migration costs and your build out. So those dollars are real. There's hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars out there. We've secured millions of dollars for our clients to be able to help offset our costs to get them there. So there's a lot of money, including cloud readiness assessments, TCO analysis, doing the modernization of, say, a 2003 or 2008 workload and upgrading it to a service in one of the hyperscalers. They're offering money to help modernize your applications on your behalf.
Yeah, it's a great service. Like I said, we've known each other for years, and we've worked on a number of projects together. And just, I think the comfort that customers get from kind of having you guys ride shotgun with them through this process and helping guide them, through that, and kind of help asking the tough questions that maybe they wouldn't think about, just to keep them out of trouble and minimize the risk, is a really big deal. So I would encourage people to check you out. And Eric, if they want to learn more about eCloud and find out more about you guys, where's the best place for people to go to learn more?
Yeah, I appreciate it, Jeff. Go to eCloudMS.com. We have a bunch of white papers out there, case studies. There's a lot of information out there that you can glean. Contact via an email. info@ecloudms.com is another way to get a hold of us. Of course, you can always pick up the phone and call us at our home office. So, love to work with any of your clients and any of your prospects that you have out there, Jeff. And of course, continue to build our relationship even more with Automatics.
That's great. Well, Eric, I appreciate you joining us. Let's say you got a fun day ahead of you out there, so go enjoy yourself and enjoy that great facility. And we'll look forward to talking to you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jeff. Take care.
All right, thanks. And thank you guys for joining us as well. Like always, you can check out these interviews at automax.com, or you can even listen to them in podcast form on Spotify. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.